Hi friends, welcome to Kindred Soul Food. Today we are making finger millet, ragi or nachni sattva. Sattva means extract or essence, and literally this recipe includes extracting the nutrition of the superfood ragi into a yummy dish that can be enjoyed by babies to adults. This is an age-old recipe usually prepared in the Goa-Mangalore coastal region. We will be making the nachni sattva in two ways. One with the ragi milk and the second with the sprouted ragi flour. First, we are going to see how to make homemade sprouted ragi flour, and you will see how easy it is to make it. 1 cup of whole ragi grains have to be washed few times till they are clean and then soak in water, cover and keep for 7 to 8 hours. It's been 8 hours the ragi is being soaked in water. Now keep a thin cloth on a strainer and drain away all the water. Tie the cloth together. Keeping it on a strainer ensures that it gets the required air for sprouting. Cover it and leave it for 24 to 48 hours for the sprouts. In summer, the sprouting process will be faster than winter. It's been 12 hours and you can already see the tiny white nodes on the grains. It's ready to be used at this stage, but we'll keep it for one more day for it to get well sprouted. It's been 36 hours and you can see how beautifully the sprouts have grown. Sprouting the grains greatly enhances its nutritional value. Now we are going to take 1 cup sprouted ragi to make the sprouted ragi flour. The sprouts have to be dried well, so we will spread them on a cotton cloth and leave it overnight to air dry. The sprouts have dried well, but just to ensure all the moisture has gone, we will quickly saute them on the lowest possible flame for just 2 to 3 minutes, stirring continuously. Now the sprouts have cooled down and are ready to be grounded. In a dry mixer, pulse them into as much fine flour as possible. Now we'll sieve the flour to ensure we get fine texture flour that we need. This flour has a beautiful aroma compared to the store-bought flour. You can use it to make all your ragi recipes. Now we are going to make the nachni sattva with the sprouted grains we had kept aside. In the mixer, add 1 cup of sprouted ragi and 1 cup of water and grind it to a smooth paste. Using a fine sieve as a filter, strain the ragi milk and again repeat the process with 1 more cup of water and grinding it in the mixer. This way we will extract 2 cups of ragi milk. Keep the remaining ragi fiber in the mixer and to that add 1 cup of fresh grated coconut and 1 cup of water and again grind it well and strain the mixture to separate the coconut milk. Then add a 2nd cup of water and blend it again and strain it, ensuring we have squeezed out all the milk. Now you have 2 cups of coconut milk. We will need 1/4 teaspoon of cardamom powder for flavoring. I prefer using the mortar and pestle or kalbatta as it brings out maximum flavor of the spice. Add a pinch of salt, half a cup of jaggery, cardamom powder to the coconut and ragi milk mixture. Now we are going to cook it on medium flame, stirring continuously, and try to take a heavy bottom pot so it doesn't burn. Nachni sattva cooked in water is also fed to babies after 6 months in a thin porridge consistency. The mixture is gradually going to thicken as it cooks and it may take 30 to 35 minutes depending on the kind of pan you're using. As you can see, the mixture is boiling now. and we will add 1 tablespoon of ghee or clarified butter and keep stirring it. It's been 20 minutes now and the mixture has reduced in quantity. Now we'll add some chopped cashew nuts to it. As this dish is from Goa, where coconut and cashews are grown in abundance, you will find these two ingredients are commonly used in many local Goan recipes. The mixture has reached the desired thickness. Now we'll add our second tablespoon of ghee and switch off the flame. As a variation to the traditional recipe, I'm adding 1 tablespoon of honey, which is going to greatly enhance its flavor. I got the idea of adding honey from the Arabic Omani halwa recipe. Just like the halwa, the Nachni Satwa also has a soft pudding-like texture to it. To set the pudding, I am using a steel container lined with baking paper. And I'm going to brush the sides and the bottom of the container with some ghee. And sprinkle few cashew pieces for garnishing. Now pour the thick mixture in the mold, ensuring it spreads evenly. Once it cools down, we'll be able to cut it in pieces. I'm going to keep it in the fridge for 3 to 4 hours so it thickens and sets firmly. Now let's check our pudding. You can see it has set so well and can be easily cut into pieces. The Nachni Satwa made from the Nachni milk is delicious, healthy, an ideal energy snack for all age groups, and it stays good in the fridge for 3 to 4 days. In the second recipe, we will be using the sprouted ragi flour to make the pudding. Now first, let's extract the coconut milk. Add 1 cup of fresh grated coconut to 1 cup of water in the mixer and make a smooth paste, and then strain the milk. Put the residual coconut back in the mixer with the second cup of water and repeat the process. So now you have 2 cups of coconut milk. In a thick bottom wide pan, add 1 cup of water. Then to that add 1 cup of sprouted ragi flour and mix it well, making a lump-free solution. Now add the coconut milk and on medium flame cook the mixture, stirring continuously. Now add 1/4 teaspoon of salt, half a cup of jaggery, 1 tablespoon of ghee, and continue to stir the mixture. The mixture will gradually thicken. It's been 20 minutes now and you can see the mixture has thickened. Now add chopped cashews and powder of 2 cardamoms and keep stirring. Now add the second tablespoon of ghee and also add 1 teaspoon of honey and switch off the flame. To set the pudding, I'm using a cake mold lined with baking paper. Brush the mold with some ghee or clarified butter and pour the mixture evenly in the mold and let it cool down completely and keep it in the fridge for 3 to 4 hours. The Nachni Satwa is ready now. It can be easily cut into desired size pieces. As whole ragi flour is used in this variation, this is more thicker than the earlier recipe. It tastes super delicious with all the goodness of the sprouted ragi flour. Hope you like these healthy, nutritious recipes. Do like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching Kindred Soul Food and good health to all.